Guys, my name is Gambit, and today we have a pretty exciting video. I'm sorry about those Wi-Fi bars just to start off here. But as you can see, I made it to Arena 7, and for those of you who watch my streams, you would have seen this, but I did open up a few Super Magicals live on Camcord if you want to check it out in the description below. And I got the Sparky and the Ice Wizard out of 3 Super Magicals. Now, since then, I've opened a couple more and haven't gotten any more Legendaries, but I have gotten a shit ton of Royal Giants, which is pretty freaking awesome. Now, before I had the Royal Giant and the guards, as you guys know, I was only in Arena 6, so I didn't have those two available. And what actually worked was I would use the Giant P.E.K.K.A, which is down here, and the Pump instead of the guards and the Royal Giant. This deck was really powerful. I'm really surprised how much it worked. I tried Giant Sparky. I didn't like it because, well, frankly, the Giant would just walk in front, get completely slaughtered, and then everything would just come at the Sparky, and the Sparky couldn't take all that. So I decided to switch it out for the P.E.K.K.A so the P.E.K.K.A could take out attacking troops, and it was unbelievably powerful. I had a ton of people rage quit with this deck just because it is so powerful. And as you can see, I did get my Zap up to level 8 along with my Fire Spirits, and those just wipe out minion hordes. So let's just get into a couple replays here. I do want to show you some. I had a lot of fun with this deck, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. This first replay, I know how dirty this deck is. Before we get into anything, I realize it. I know it's disgusting. I know all of you probably hate me right now for using Royal Giant and the Sparky. Two of the most hated cards in the game. Probably the Miners up there too. But this guy was rocking the Royal Giant himself, which I knew means I have a pretty good chance. Because every deck I've gone against the Royal Giant, I've mainly won. Because I'll just drop the Sparky on that side and it will obliterate the Royal Giant. But I go ahead and decide to drop my own Royal Giant. Now, what I've kind of learned here, since the Sparky and the Royal Giant is so expensive and I have no pump, I've decided that dropping the Sparky about a minute and a half to 1 minute, so you get that double elixir, is very powerful. So I do go ahead right here and do drop the Sparky, I believe, just because I knew he had the Royal Giant, but I wasn't really sure what his play was here because I've only seen his Royal Giant, so I know everything here is for his Royal Giant, and he is attacking on this left side. So I do go ahead and drop the Sparky. Now, if I can't get the Royal Giant out in front, I always get the guards out in front, just because they can take a punch from pretty much everything. Nothing can kill them quickly, not even the tower, because I got them to level 4 because I got a bunch of them out of a Super Magical. I have to counter this Valkyrie. The Ice Wizard's there to clean up those Fire Spirits, but unfortunately that poison does take out my Sparky. So I go ahead and I'm saving up here to possibly drop my Barbarians because I know that Royal Giant's got to be coming soon because he's only dropped it once. And if he's not going to drop it, I'm going to drop it on this left tower. So I went ahead and did that, and I went ahead and got the zap ready and then dropped the guards, I believe. No, I just zapped. And then, because I know he's got to have that Royal Giant in his hand, which he does, as you can see at the top. And so I have the bards ready. He did just drop his mini P.E.K.K.A, and unfortunately, I didn't have enough elixir to stop both the mini P.E.K.K.A and the Royal Giant, which is why he's throwing the thumbs up. So right now, this battle isn't looking good for me. He's got both my towers down. But so do I, though, but mine are both pretty low. So I go ahead and drop the Spark again. We're in 1 elixir, which means I can get quite a few troops around it. He does drop the poison, which was just extremely annoying, but luckily it didn't cover the bridge, so I could still drop troops in front of the Sparky. So I did drop the Royal Giant. I dropped the minions on the right to take care of this Valkyrie. And luckily the Sparky does get a shot off. I zap the archers, and I'm pretty sure this mini P.E.K.K.A takes out my Sparky. I dropped the Ice Wizard just to slow all of it down. I believe I dropped the Barbarians as well, which I realized 10 seconds later was an extremely bad move, so I go ahead and drop the guards to take it out. The Royal Giant, along with the Fire Spirits, tons of damage onto that tower, down to 100. He just used his Fireball, so I'm getting ready for a push. Now, the Ice Wizard does take out that left tower, which he does poison, and I dropped the Sparky just in defense, and we actually wind up winning with the Sparky Royal Giant deck. That was really close. If there was another 5 or 6 seconds, definitely would have lost there. Into the second replay. This one is close. I have to say that in the start because the Royal Giant not very good against an Inferno Tower or the Sparky, as you can see. That's really the main weakness of this deck It's really hard to counter the Inferno Tower and with the Royal Giant and the Sparky because it just does so much damage so quickly. I do wind up zapping the Inferno Tower here and allowing the Royal Giant to get a few shots off. Now, at this point, I didn't know he had the Miner, so I should have dropped the Barbs in the back against the Miner, but I went ahead and dropped him against the Valkyrie because I thought a Hog was coming, not a Miner. So I did drop the Minions on the Miner. He did zap my Barbarians down, which allows his Musketeer to get quite a few shots off before my Minions could get there. So coming up, we're both kind of saving, and with this deck, I don't drop the Sparky unless either A, I have to, or B, like double elixir time, or at least a minute and a half. So by the time it rolls up, it's double elixir. I could drop plenty of troops around it. So I drop the guards here, along with the Royal Giant, hoping just to get a few shots off. He does have a spawner as well, which is super annoying to deal with. I do zap both of them just to give my Royal Giant time to take it out. And as you can see, he's full health shooting at that tower because the guards took all the damage. Now he's going to get quite a few shots off. And right here, I'm expecting the Miner to come back. And again, I didn't drop the barbs in the back. I'm not sure why I kept doing this, but it's really what got most of the damage off. He did arrow, which I wasn't 100% sure why. I guess he thought maybe I had a minion horde or something. Or no, it's because I dropped the minions last time. Alright, well, right here, I'm thinking about dropping the Sparky. There's a minute left, or close enough to double elixir where I could drop the Sparky. He does drop the Hog down, so I do have to drop the guards and take out the Hog. Doesn't even touch my tower. Thank you, Ice Wizard. So I go ahead and drop the minions just to try and draw out that Inferno Tower, which unfortunately doesn't work. I do zap here because I wanted to take out that Musketeer, maybe get a few shots off on the tower, but I overestimated my troops. So I go ahead and drop the Sparky. I'm starting my big push here. I go ahead and drop the Royal Giant in front of him, along with the Fire Spirits and the Ice Wizard. But again, he drops this Inferno Tower and just completely slaughters my Royal Giant in seconds. Now, unfortunately, somehow his zap completely killed my goblins my minions, which is an extreme pain in the booty. He does arrow down my Sparky, which I thought was kind of funny. I almost threw a laughing face, but this time I'm prepared for that Inferno Tower. I dropped the guards on the other side to distract the Inferno Tower long enough for me to take it out. Now, unfortunately, it does take out the guards pretty quick because he drops a Valkyrie. But honestly, that just means he can't drop a Valk on my Royal Giant and Sparky. I dropped the Ice Wizard. I do drop the minions down just to take it out any air troops he might bring. And I go ahead and drop the barbs on the Miner. One more shot from that Sparky. This one's over. Bam. Over. We win. Thanks for playing. I hope you did enjoy my extremely dirty Royal Giant Sparky Ice Wizard deck. It is disgusting deck. I would be so mad if I came up against it, and I'm sure everyone who did come up against it was extremely mad. But I hope you did enjoy this video. If you are new, drop a subscription, drop a like if you enjoyed the video. If you want more Let's Plays, kind of Let's Plays with replays. But I will be hosting a tournament tonight, or one of my clan members will be. But I'll be streaming if you want to jump in that. Definitely check out Camcorder down in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.